Welcome back to The Verdict. Pictures there of people taking pictures with their PVCs as we asked them to do. Fantastic to see that happening as we await the elections tomorrow. Let's get a feel of what's happening in Anambra State, Awka to be precise. Our correspondent Joy Odinye is standing by. Joy?
It's really countdown to the election day. That is Saturday, the 23rd of February, 2019. Tomorrow, and every activity around here in Anambra State speaks volume of high level of preparedness by people in the state. And a visit to the popular Ekoka market in Awka, the state capital, shows that traders are really ready for this election. Some say that business is booming because people are making last-minute shopping before they travel. Others say that business is very slow because people are going for the election tomorrow. But some raised concerns over whether their votes will count or not. Let's hear them speak.
Come out and vote massively for the presidential election and national assembly and also House Assembly representative. But they failed. They said that they're going to vote on tomorrow, and people are ready to vote the preferred candidate. And the people want change in Nigeria, and we believe that change will come in the house of God. That's what they believe.
Tomorrow is the election. How I see is that it's going to move very well. It's going to be free and fair election, and you know, with God, all things are possible. We don't need violence. By the special grace of God, everything is going to went on fine and okay. Sales today is very, very okay and good. You understand? To compare with other previous Fridays, because tomorrow is election, and some people want to come and get some things that they will use and travel. So today's service is okay. We are making sales.
Tomorrow is the D-Day we have been waiting for to select our leader. That is, if it will count. You know, in Nigeria, we don't do election. They normally do selection. But if it will count, I am ready to exercise my civic responsibilities tomorrow. Today being the election eve, as you can see, most people are moving up and down. Most of them are buying foodstuffs. So normally we are here just gisting. So business is dull today.
I came here this morning, as in there were a lot of vehicles when I came here this morning. So, but now as you can see, we have only two vehicles. One is almost filled up, and the other one is waiting to be loaded. Why? Because there's a lot of passengers traveling to their several places in order to cast their votes, despite what happened last week. So a lot of people are still willing to go and cast their vote in several places. So that is why there is scarcity of vehicles. If you look at in the other side, at Easter Mass, there's a lot of passengers waiting. There is not even vehicle, but some have bought their tickets waiting for vehicle to come in order to convey them to their several places. So as you can see with yourself, you bear me witness. A lot of people are willing to go and cast their vote, despite what is happening in the country today. For now, there's no increment in transport fare. They reduce the pump price from 145 to 140 for now. So, and the National Union of Road Transport Workers as well advise every of their members to reduce the T fare of their vehicle because of what happened last week. People went to their several places hoping to come out in the morning and cast their vote. So, waking up on their bed, the election was then postponed. So they then advised us to reduce the price of our T fare because the federal government as well has reduced their pump price from 145 to 140. So as of now, from since last week, we've been collecting 1,300 from Awka to Abakaliki. It's the same as I'm speaking with you now, and it will should be the same till further notice.
Well, I don't know. I'm going back to Newi now because of this election. I'm now in the park to enter vehicle. I didn't see any vehicle. Yeah, if you can look around, you will see many passengers, many people that traveling, but there is no vehicle that they will enter. A lot of people are coming from near and far because of this election. I believe that this election will be better than all elections that we have ever seen in this country.
You know how it was last Saturday? You didn't know? It wasn't like this. There were a lot of people. There were much more travelers than today, the way I see it too. So until tomorrow, let's see how it will be.
Well, first, is that I want to vote. Secondly, because of the fear, as in the tension in the air is too much. So I have to go back to my hometown, Anambra, to cast my vote. So that if anything warrants running, I can easily run back to my house for shelter. But staying here, I'm voting. I can't predict what will happen after the call of the results. So I have to go back to my hometown.
Okay, so where are you heading for now?
In Newi.
Again, we are here in one of the major parks in Awka along the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, and what we observe is that there is scarcity of vehicles. We saw a lot of passengers stranded. Some have gotten their tickets, some have not, and upon inquiring they said that a lot of vehicles had moved this morning and many more will still come, but as at now they are still waiting to get their buses that will take them to their various destinations where they will cast their votes. From Awka.
Thanks a lot, Joy, all the way from Anambra State. And it's interesting there, we're just talking about when one of the people was talking about an election and not a selection.
So that's right.
Yes.
And even the whole idea behind reduction in fares because of reduction in fuel prices and so on. I mean, these are all things that various interest groups...
But it's a good thing that whatever is happening, even the people in the market buying stuff, no price increases and all of that.
They haven't reported any of that.
But then I like the enthusiasm that they're all talking about, especially the last man, or I think the second one, he said, I think this election will be better than
all the other elections that we have had
in the country.
Dr. Umar Kyari in our Abuja studios. We have about 5 minutes left, so we're going to quickly go around our Abuja studios. Dr. Kyari, do you share the belief that tomorrow, as your way of rounding up, do you share the belief that tomorrow we will see a much smoother process?
Yeah, I believe so. I think since 2011, our electoral process has been improving steadily. I have no doubt in my mind that a lot of lessons have been learned since 2015, and this is going to manifest tomorrow. I envisage smooth, transparent, free, fair, and credible election, particularly if all the stakeholders abide by their commitment, INEC, political parties, and their candidates, and the electorate. They have all been making commitment to ensure just that. And I would like to take them by their words. So I'm quite hopeful. Again, cautiously optimistic that tomorrow will be better than 2015.
Bello, so people have talked about, some of our panelists have talked about respecting the security agents. How is that to be done in very short order? How is that to be done? When a voter approaches you, how are they supposed to approach security agents in this kind of scenario?
Thank you very much. The approach is very easy. The security agencies have been trained. They have been trained how to handle Nigerians. So it is very, very easy for Nigerians to approach all the security agencies who have received enough training to deal with Nigerians and other people that we are dealing with during the election period.
Thank you very much. Mr. Odumosu, you are going to have the final word on this segment. And the Security and Civil Defense Corps is very visible when it comes to times like this, possibly because you have a lot of men also under your command. Now, movement to and fro, your final words on that to the electorate ahead of tomorrow.
Well, what we will say from the angle of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps is just to remind Nigerians, especially the electorate, to be law-abiding. I think that's the major thing. If you're law-abiding, you will have no issue or no grounds with security men. And basically, we should ensure that we eschew violence. And for those young men out there, I think it's better to let them understand that nobody should allow himself or herself to be used to foment trouble or to truncate the electoral process, because the law is no respecter of anybody. So if you want to go out and vote, go out go out with your PVC and do the right thing. Election is a process that will ensure political and social development of any nation. So there is no need for unnecessary apprehension. The security officers are there to provide an enabling environment for electorate, and that is why we're there. We're not there to intimidate any voters. We're not there to harass anybody, and that is why they should rest assured that any security man that you see within the ambit of the polling booth, they are easily approachable. Our responsibility is to Nigerians first and foremost, and to ensure a credible process. So I want to assure you that as far as we are concerned in civil defense, this election is going to come out as one of the freest and fairest elections. All those apprehensions will be put to rest, and Nigerians, at the end of the day, will give because
Mr. Moab,
tomorrow
you have half a minute. Please go.
All I'm going to say is that security is a collective responsibility. For those of us coming to vote, let's just respect the security at the polling booth. And again, the security agency need to understand that no any security in any part of the world can do their job without the people. So they need the people to work with. So they must respect the people, and we must respect them.
Okay, so, Mr. Editor, I'm sure you just have time to say bye.
Let's go out tomorrow and vote. Happy voting, Nigerians.
Happy voting.
Dr. Umar Kyari, Senior Lecturer, Center for Democracy and Development, CDD in Abuja. Mr. Jaun Bello, Controller Immigration in charge of elections. And Mr. Shola Odumosu, Deputy Commandant of the NSCDC. Thank you for joining us today. And then here in Lagos, Oluwaseyi Adetayo and, of course, Richard Amua, both of you security experts. Thank you so much for joining us on this segment. We'll take a break for the news and then poll stream, and we'll be back right after that.